Welcome in, everybody. How you guys doing? Oh, what a fun episode yesterday, right? It's funny how many people come out of the woodwork when I put Tim's name in the thumbnail. Well, thumbnail, title, whatever the subject. It's crazy, actually. One would think that I would do it more often to just grift off of him, but I don't. Despite what a lot of people bitching in the comments of that video are now complaining about. You gotta let it go. You're always talking about him. Like, oh my God. I don't even recognize your name. Chelsea, hello. Benjamin Jansen, how you doing, sir? What's up, King? Diana Francisco, cheers, my dear. How are you? What's going on? What's up, Bong Donkey? How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome on in. Today we are discussing what I said that I was going to be discussing on Monday. I said on Monday I would talk about it on Tuesday and ended up not, because I just went with the flow yesterday because I saw this whole thing about Tim and I was like, yeah, let's talk about that because that's interesting. You had a bunch of real life stuff going on, Benjamin? That's fine. Ryan Hindard, hello, sir. V6 Neon, cheers, mate. What's up, Derek? How you doing? Ravens and Flies. That's a fun name. How are you? Welcome in. Merlin is awake. All right. Hi, Merlin. I don't know if he can hear me, but it was a fun show. It was a fun show. I had fun. No, I'm not, King. Juan Castle, hello, sir. Cheers. Juan Castle. Tim said it was all lies. Yeah. Fake and gay, he said. Fake and gay. His words. Give me my Switch, Nintendo. Yeah, right. I mean, I am going to be talking about the Switch 2 today because a lot of people were complaining about the price and then they were blaming the tariffs, but then, we'll get into it anyway. It doesn't matter. And then, of course, I just recently found out about USA's CERN, or particle accelerator, which is, I think, a huge threat. I think we're messing with things we don't really understand. We're creating little black holes, little wormholes, and I think it was Michio Kaku, or is that his name? Was talking to Art Bell? Was it Art Bell? And got him to admit that, yeah, there is potentially a chance that it could suck us all into a black hole, and like, that's crazy. Hey, what's up, Asmo? My friend in Japan says the tariffs on Vietnam will affect Switch 2 because they are manufactured there. Well, as of today, there are no tariffs on anyone but China. It was Art Bell. Thanks, Juan Castle. Yeah, as of today, the tariffs are no longer on anyone on the entire planet except China. And on China, it's like an insane amount. And you know what? Good riddance. Good. China's been the world manufacturing sweatshop king for decades now, and it's about time that people should start manufacturing their own shit. People have been living in this luxury slash, I don't know, quick economy, quick bullshit stuff. Like, oh, whatever, just buy the cheap version of thing because it's manufactured cheaply in China. And don't get me wrong, there are products that come from China that are actually quality. But most of the shit that comes from China is trash. And it's designed, planned obsolescence to get replaced. And I think we need to bring back manufacturing in the States, in the West. Sweden used to make its own shit. In fact, in just the 3 years that I've been here, when I first got here, a lot of the things that I would pick up and see where it was built was made in Sweden. And I was actually pleasantly surprised. Lo and behold, 3 years later, I'm walking around and things are all made in China now. It's like, what changed in 3 years? A lot has changed in 3 years, in fact. But I'm not really discussing Swedish stuff at the moment. I'm talking about the world in general. I think that China has been dumping CO2 and shit into the atmosphere and polluting the rivers. And it isn't just China. The 95% of the, you know what? Hold on. I've got a graphic for this to show you. The amount of trash that goes into the ocean. Here we go. 95%. Look at this. 95% of plastic polluting the world's oceans comes from these 10 rivers. Look at that. Well, I don't know about Niger and the Nile, but all of this here. So like this, China, all China, and then of course Pakistan and India, right? And then I believe this is Korea. Is this the Korean peninsula here? So, I mean, a lot of this comes from China. And I mean, it's probably because they're manufacturing shit and just dumping it into the oceans. Like, who gives a shit? They don't care. They're making billions of dollars. It's a gigantic transfer of wealth. We're giving them money for shit stuff. And they're like, we don't care. It's breaking and they're just buying more. They're ordering more. And then all the corporations are building huge Lego just announced they're building a $1 billion Lego factory. And they're claiming like it's going to have zero emissions. It's like bullshit. It's going to have zero emissions. That's impossible. It's not possible. Okay? It's hold on. Let me bring this up. Let me see. Lego dollar factory. Lego has opened a $1 billion factory in Vietnam that it says it will make toys without adding planet-warming gas to the atmosphere by relying entirely on clean energy. Let me ask you, chat. Is there such thing as clean energy? Simple question. Does clean energy exist on this planet? Spoiler alert. The answer is no. There's no such thing as clean energy. It's a lie. It's another one of these utopia lies that are being sold to the masses, that they're doing something good. Clean energy. Trump's guilty of it too. Clean coal? Come on, Trump. I mean, look, I'm fine with deregulation and bringing back energy independence for the West. I mean, it's great for everyone in the West. All of Europe, despite having mass TDS over here, quite annoyingly, is going to benefit from what Trump is doing in America. And I can't wait. But deregulating is fantastic. Fusion, does that exist? Is it real? 0 point energy? I love this. I love this utopia world that people live in. Don't get me wrong. I want it to be real. And it may be real. I'm open to the idea. I know K Forbes, he thinks that it exists. He thinks that there are entities, governments that actually have it. Okay, V6 Neon says geothermal. Okay, nuclear. All right. Is it clean? I mean, no. There's still things that need to be exchanged out. And the geothermal, okay, I can see what you're talking about. But when you take it from the source all the way to plate, I don't know, from farm to plate is what I'm thinking of, but like I don't know what the analogy would be for energy from geothermal site to your, electrical box in the house. Is it clean anymore? No, of course not. Thorium, okay, now we're moving in the right direction. Like nuclear energy, I think is the cleanest thing that we currently have. You can make coal cleaner by burning the exhaust like a catalytic converter. Interesting. Okay, never thought about that. That's a good point. That is a good point. Lord of the Reef for 2 says, WTF is up, Denny's. I found the boomers looking at their portfolios and pissing themselves while at the same time stealing from people our age through the Ponzi scheme of Social Security. Hilarious. Yeah, it's funny. And I see I'm friends with there are a few people that have re-added me in the past year who unfriended me in 2020 on Facebook because I voted for Trump and I was very vocal about it. And they have since re-added me. They haven't apologized, but I don't care. I just said, I'm glad to see you again, because I wasn't trying to unfriend them because of politics. I think that's stupid and low IQ. But they came back and, now I see their posts in my timeline. I'm on Facebook more often than any time in my life, and I never really was on it heavy because I keep up with my family and my friends back home. So anyway, I see them posting their leftist liberal posts, memes that are basically based on fake news. It's like watching late night comedy and thinking it's funny because it's based on reality, but it's actually not. It's based on lies, and you're laughing at the lie. And that's how you get a lot of people get their news. It's ridiculous. Well, one of the things that he posted, it's a he, whatever, it doesn't matter. He posted that picture of the stocks crashing, 4 days ago. And he said, thanks, Republicans. And then another one of my friends is like, I lost X amount of dollars. Like, give me my money back, Trump. And then, of course, today it bounced back like, crazy. And anyone who got a drop or bought the dip, is healthy, loving it, I just find it interesting. They never tend to post the newer stuff. I checked the timeline. I'm like, because it just came up. It was from April 4th. So it was, a week ago. And I'm like, all right, is he gonna post the update, the bounce back? No? Oh no. No, he didn't. Yeah. Only those who sold lost. Right, exactly. Exactly. Lord of the Rings says you only lose when you sell for 2. Yep, exactly. Hold them. Diamond hands. Isn't that the case? Diamond hands. I feel like I was going somewhere with this Lego thing. What made me think of the Lego stuff? It doesn't matter. I'm just flowing through. I'm just flowing, baby. I'm just flowing. Tesla Radiant Energy. I mean, if we had only allowed Tesla to we needed like a benefactor. Like, imagine if Elon Musk met Tesla and said, you know what? I believe in where you're trying to go. Here's $1 billion. Here's $1 billion. Let's do it. Let's use the Tulare current to give internet everywhere. We don't even need satellites. The GameStop memes were the height of memetics. So true. Eating some salad with a Carolina Reaper. Ooh. I actually have. It's not a Carolina Reaper. It's different. It's a hybrid. But on the scale, what is the name of the Schofield? No, that's for knife making. What is the temperature? It goes up to like 2 million or something, or 3 million. I forget the scale. Right, hot ones. There's range from like 0 all the way up to like I think 3 million or something. It is the Schofield. Okay, that is what I thought it was. Schofield. All right. The pepper that I have is 2 million. It's 2 million on the Scoville. Oh, it's Scoville. I thought it was like field, but it's Scoville. Scoville. Okay. The Schuylkill? The Schuylkill? Are you near Philadelphia? The Schuylkill? That's the river that runs through Philadelphia. Anyway, ghost peppers. I don't remember the name of it. I love spicy though. I'm a big fan of spicy. Kelvin? I don't know. It was a good try, Entropy. V6 Neon for one says the coal-fired power plant in UK used to burn the coal, leaving only an ash, which was used in thermal bricks for housing and a special type of road surface, which was good for road noise reduction. Huh. Well, that sounds great. Huh. That sounds freaking fantastic. Why can't we run with that? I would love that. Right? By the way, shout out to Brothers of the Serpent. Got their hoodie on. I love this hoodie. It's very comfortable. They got a really good logo, right? Look at that. Brothers of the Serpent. I need to work on my logo stuff. Spicy till you get older. And then butt's gonna be burning for a week. I mean, no, I don't think so, because I've been eating this kind of spiciness for a long time. I very much love it. So I think my rear end has adapted. What's up, Mercury? I'm good. How are you doing? Or I'm well, thank you. Lord of the Pies, how are you doing? All right, let's dive in. Oh, V6 for another one to finish says the exhaust emissions from the power station were extremely clean and reused to greenhouse food production, but because of the nutters, they closed it down. Yeah, they don't understand. They just do what they're told. Adam, you are not older yet. Oh, trust me, I know. I'm saying, I was just saying that my ass has, thank you. See, Dark Bolt Skitsy said your ass has evolved for spicy foods. Yeah, from where I'm at. So what happened to Tim's anti-Semitism? Oh, anti-Semitism. Go watch yesterday's episode. I'm not talking about that today. I love the spicy, but my stomach can't handle it. Yeah, that's a shame. Okay, let's. Oh, yeah, there was some. How many people here play Magic the Gathering? I haven't played in years, but I think I might give my son some cards eventually. You know, when he gets old enough. See, I was 10 when the game came out, and I was like 11 when I started playing. But Final Fantasy VII, or the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering, was announced. I talked about it. There was a pre-order, and a bunch of cards leaked. So now people are like, there's this leak that happened. So I did a long time before my deck got stolen. Oh, that's a shame, dude. Not since Chrome Mox was the most wanted card. Oh yeah, Chrome Mox. I have my Vampire Commander deck. Oh, okay. I think I have an unopened. Actually, hold on. Let me check. I forgot about that. Hold on. Shit. Yeah. Oh. Shit. Oh, I forgot about these. Oh, I can't reach them. Share stream. Okay. I have a bunch of unopened commander decks because I was like, investment, whatever. I'll just hold on to them. I have like Atraxa. What is the name of that vampire? The Vampire Lord. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good one. V6 Nam for one says spicy foods are also used to help remove parasites from the body with the spices in certain combination. So I've got none in me. Is that what you're saying? What's up, Corgi? You didn't miss anything. I haven't started yet. All right. Switch 2. They called it Switch 2. I'm sorry. That's fucking lame. Okay? That is lame. How are you going to end up calling it Switch 2? All right, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. I'll be honest. That also is pretty lame. But, whatever. We're used to it. The PlayStation 5. Okay, fine. Whatever. At least Xbox has tried to, Xbox Series S, Series X. All right, I like that. I'm a big fan. The Super Switch. I mean, it was right there. There was the Nintendo. Then there was the Super Nintendo. And then the Nintendo 64. I mean, it made sense because it was the super version of the first one. So the Nintendo Super Switch, although they were thinking about calling it the Super Nintendo Switch, which wouldn't have been worked. Or it wouldn't have worked. I didn't like that. Super Switch. What? I mean, let's be real. We call it Super Switch anyway. We call it Super Switch anyway and demand a change. If everyone just calls it Super Switch, what's Nintendo going to do? Probably nothing, actually. Let's be real. But the Doug Bowser, all right, this guy, some people may not be able to afford the Switch, which is why we wanted to make the other Switch platforms available. They're doing what Sony did with the PlayStation 5. Do you know that Sony continued making the PlayStation 4? They might actually still make the PS4. I kid you not. They made it for at least 2 years after the PS5 came out. They kept making PS4s and selling them. It's just, that's crazy. There was no one could get a PS5 unless you got super lucky and the scalpers didn't beat you to one of the refreshes from Target or GameStop or any one of the places that sold them, Best Buy, anywhere, And I happened to get lucky on the first run, and I don't even use it. PlayStation 5 overrated. Once you have a computer, it's like, why? Why? But this, I mean, I get it. Okay, I don't care about that. I get this, but you don't say that. Like, even just saying this, people are now making fun of them. Stop being poor, essentially, right? It's like, why even say that? You say the price point reflects what we've put into this. It's so much bigger and stronger than the Switch, the first Switch. Okay, what we're giving you, and there you go. Like, that's what you announce. Not saying like, if you're too poor, you could just go buy a Switch. I mean, and a Switch nowadays, I bought my Switch used. I didn't buy it new. I got it for like $100. Actually, it might have been like $80. And that's the only reason I bought it, because I was like, oh, hell yeah, it's finally like really cheap. I'm fine with getting it, secondary. So here's Razorfist's opinion on it. Sony launched the PS5 at $500 with $70 launch games. And we made a few jokes about its empty game library, but otherwise, no drama, no dog pile, not a peep. Okay, can someone explain why Sony never gets the same level of hate as Microsoft and Nintendo, despite being worse than both? I mean, Razorfist doesn't miss. Does he? He doesn't miss. It's kind of wild, if you ask me. He did a rant about tariffs. I highly suggest it. Okay? It's true. Sony arguably is the worst of the three. Microsoft has made a lot of great decisions as far as, their Game Pass and being able to try the games and make a cheaper version of a stronger system, which some may argue isn't a good idea, but I think it's actually a pretty decent idea. PS5, I don't know. I was just complaining about it. They kept making the PS4. But then Nintendo goes and does all this, and no one cares. Sony, or everyone cares about Nintendo. And I think the reason why is because Nintendo is beloved. It reminds me of what Henry Cavill said about fans. And he was asked about the toxic fandom. And he was talking about how everyone has a right to, give their opinion and complain, or, not like the product that they're being offered because they're passionate. He's like, I don't see it as toxic. I see it as passion. And he's right. And I think that Xbox. I don't want to say Microsoft because it's the Xbox. I think Xbox and Nintendo have more loyal fans than Sony. I think that might not be true. You might disagree with that statement, but I think it's true. Especially Nintendo. All right. Consoles are a scam these days, except Nintendo. I think Nintendo is one of those things that they keep their own games on their systems, and that's it. Sure, emulation is a thing. You can emulate a lot of old games, but I got the, I got my Switch for pretty cheap. No, but it may be true. I think it's true. Nintendo is actually a proper console. Precisely. How do I measure that, Carnell? Being a gamer as my whole life, I started playing Game Boy in 91 when it came out. I was 7. You know, I've been playing games ever since. I still have the original Game Boy. So, it's just, I'm a lifelong PlayStation guy. I've had every single one. And I still believe that. I haven't had all the Nintendos, certainly not all the Xboxes, but I've had every single PlayStation. And the PlayStation 5 just gathers dust. I don't even know why I have it out. I should put it in the box. Sweatlord, I have my moments for sure. 100% I do. I will admit it. When I start playing a game, I get invested. And I'm currently not invested in any game, and it feels fantastic because I'm building shit on my property finally. Like, I feel like I reconnected with my property lately. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Of course, the left is talking about the tariffs. Now, of course, Nintendo admitted the tariff news is fresh, and like many companies right now, we are actively assessing what the impact may be. But they're saying that the U.S. tariffs weren't even a part of the $450 price tag. Now, it could affect it in the future, right? I mean, if these tariffs are laid upon, is it? I don't know where they're built actually. Where are the switches built? Are they built in China? Taiwan? Let's see. Gamers have the original system 450, 629 in Canada. The original Switch launched in 2017 at $299 at $300. And now imagine just inflation increasing since 2017. I don't think 450 is that crazy of a difference for something that's that much better. Now, I have a Steam Deck and I love it. I love the Steam Deck. It's fantastic. I don't use it unless I'm traveling, and I don't travel often, but when I do, it's great because I have my Steam library, and I have a lot of games on my Steam library, a lot of backlog that I've yet to play. Let's see. Adding to the worries were Nintendo's US site listing Mario Kart World at $80, which is $10 higher than the normal current flagship games. The Canadian Nintendo store currently doesn't list the manufacturer's suggested retail rate, but the straight conversation would put it at 110 Canadian, which I mean, I guess I don't know what that means, that, Canada is not a real place. Then on Friday, 2 days after the Switch 2 showcased another bombshell, Nintendo paused pre-orders for the console in the US in order to assess the potential impact of tariffs and the evolving market conditions. That's actually interesting. I didn't know that they had stopped pre-orders. So if you had pre-ordered it already, you might have actually just you might have saved yourself some money. Asmo, right? You pre-ordered it, didn't you? Nice. Nintendo will update timing at a later date. Launch is June 5th, 2025. Wow, coming up, actually. On Tuesday morning, Nintendo of Canada followed suit, pausing pre-orders north of the border in order to align with the timing of pre-orders to be determined in the US. Online pre-orders in the UK are already live. I bet I could probably pre-order it right now, couldn't I? I mean, I'm not going to, because I'm probably not gonna. I want one, but I don't have the money for it currently. While I did not mention U.S. President Donald Trump by name, the use of the word tariff alone is a stark departure from the Japanese gaming company's preference to steer far clear of current events or politics in its products or messaging. I mean, it's not really talking about politics. It's a company that's saying, hey, there's new tariffs that are being, trade is being affected, so we're going to just wait to see. That's not entering the political conversation. I'm just saying. Industry analysts and advocates have expressed concern the unpredictable tariff situation could lead to price increase across the board, making the Switch 2 and gaming in general less accessible amid a wider affordability crunch. I mean, I'll be honest, guys. I'll be honest. I think less video games in the world, or people having to wait a little bit longer to play a game that they want to play, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I think less people are going to buy them, and then therefore they're going to have to price them lower anyway to sell them, because they're not going to be able to sell the 2, 3 million, 10 million copies that they want to do, right? These game companies are also thinking they're going to be selling like they have been when the economy has been fantastic, right? So there's going to be this like weird transition period between them trying to up the price, and then people are like, well, we can't afford it, so we're going to go do something else with our lives and wait till it's cheaper. And they're going to be like, oh shit, no one's buying it anymore, we have to lower the price, and the market will decide where it lands. You know, if it's a quality game, FromSoft is making a game for Switch 2. FromSoft does not miss. I love their games. In fact, I re-downloaded Fires of Rubicon, Armored Core 6. I re-downloaded because I was like, you know what? I think it's time. I haven't played it yet. I have 0 hours. I haven't even launched the game. I want to launch the game while I'm live and play it. Play it while I'm live. And you know what? I might do it on this channel during my show and start like I don't know, a couple hours early. You know, YouTube's not doing me any favors. I'm not making money on this channel, and it sucks. And I would love to, so I might as well be doing something that I want to do, because I don't like talking about politics. I'll be honest. I didn't start Timcast IRL to talk politics. He told me we were never going to talk about politics, and I kind of was thrown into it, you know? So I could pay you $3 an hour to test vapes, but you'd have to suck the end of 1,000 vapes per hour. That's insane. Jeez. No thanks, Pies. I'm good. No thanks. I'm good. I guess we'll just have to see. You know, we'll just have to see. Nintendo hasn't commented on the negative reaction to the Switch 2's price during a media roundtable. Everything that they've done, everyone's like, lower the price. Roundtable Q&A of the Switch 2 hardware architects last Wednesday. The moderator quickly deflected a question about the price, saying the panel was there to answer questions about the fun stuff instead. Everyone wants to know about the price, though. Nintendo of America's President Doug Bowser, no relation to the name, I know it's kind of funny though, right? Was slightly more forthcoming that day. As we look at the Nintendo Switch 2 and you think about its feature sets that I talked about, we believe that the pricing is appropriate for the value of the machine and the gameplay experience overall. He should have ended it there. That's where he should have ended it. Like I said earlier, that's what you say about the price. Done. Look, if you're too poor, there's the Switch 1 that will still be offering. Bruh, you don't do that. And you know what? The only way that would have been acceptable is if he were to say, the games that are coming for the Switch 2, we're going to have, a Switch 1 version of it. Because they did that for a long time. When a new game came out, they would release it for the PS3 and then also have it for the PS2, but it would be like a shittier version of it. Graphically, it wasn't as good. I don't have any examples, but I remember that happening often. Adam, you're right. Xbox has 120 million more active players. Wow, that's insane. 100. Wait, more than? So it's not even the total. It's just what's more than Sony, because that's crazy. We are an Xbox house. A lot of people, most of my friends that I know now are Xbox players. and they were like me. I had the original Xbox. I had an Xbox 360. I also had the PlayStations. Those were the two Xboxes that I've owned. I never owned any others than the original and the 360, because the 360 was like it was iconic. It's one of that was a good era of gaming. When the 360 came out and the stuff that was on that console. Bowser, who spoke with CBC prior to the U.S. pre-order pause, noted that the previous generation of Switch devices would, including with a selection of new games coming out later this year. We recognize there are some people that may not be able to afford the Switch 2's price point. That's why we want to make other Switch platforms available so people still have an opportunity to come into our gaming universe, be a part of these characters in these worlds, and see value, if you will, in whatever rung of the platform they come in. Basically, we are having the pleb rung available to you. Bowser wouldn't share target numbers, but he said Nintendo believes the Switch 2 can be as successful as its immediate predecessor. That's a high bar, as the original Switch has sold more than 150 million units worldwide, making it the third best-selling video game console of all time. That's pretty insane. That's a lot. Sure, there's an extenuating outside circumstances that could affect positively or negatively, and we can't necessarily control those. What we can control is that we think we've got a device that is going to bring more developers onto the platform, that we can lean into as developers ourselves or publishers ourselves, as a result, bring a lot more smiles to people's faces. I think that Nintendo totally fumbled this whole Switch 2 thing. That being said, I think that the Switch 2 is going to be a major success. That's it. I think the Switch 2 is going to be a huge success, and the people that are bitching about the price are the same people complaining that Grand Theft Auto 6 being $100, which is speculation. It's not set in stone. But the same people are complaining about the Grand Theft Auto 6 being too much. They're all going to buy the shit. They're all going to spend the money. They're going to do it. I know them. They want to play these games. They're so just like, I don't know. I think the economy is fucked at the moment. And people are scared of tariffs because they're not used to delayed gratification. People don't understand that we, meaning Americans, have been fucked by the rest of the world for decades, with transfer of power and wealth going outside to the corporations, that Americans are getting the shit end of the stick every time in the economy for a long time. So these tariffs are a way of going, okay, we're not going to take this anymore. It's going to sting for a little bit, but then manufacturing is going to come back to America. These companies are going to be like, you know what? We want those American dollars still. And there's a lot of people that will buy our product, but it's too expensive. See, this is how you make change. It's make it monetarily viable for these giant corporations. Or, actually, we'll make more money if we just spend $1 billion and build a company in America, or build a factory in America, and then they'll do it. Then there's more jobs, and then the price goes down, and then we control the quality of stuff. Then it's better quality stuff for cheaper. You know? I'm excited about it. I think it's fantastic, and I don't think people really understand the long-term goal of what tariffs are doing for America. Let's see. They talk more about the tariffs. Nintendo moved some of its Switch 2 production from China to Vietnam to partly avoid the effects of the U.S. tariffs. But Trump's 46% tariff on Vietnam came in. Well, that was because China literally just moves its product through Vietnam. So it was basically Trump calling out China on that shit. So, spokesperson for the US-based Entertainment Software Association told the gaming site IGN they expect Trump's tariff to have a major effect on the entire game industry and beyond. Well, I find it interesting too, because the fact that physical games cost the same as digital games forever elude me. I do not understand it, and I think it's so stupid. Can we please get rid of that? Digital games should be cheaper than the physical games, period. And they're not. And I think it's insane. Why would anyone buy a digital game when you can get the physical game for the same price and you can physically have the game in your hand? Most of these games you can't even play nowadays without internet access and a freaking an account with something that you have to download, and it's stupid. I miss the days where you get a cartridge, you put it in the game system, and play it. That's what I liked about Nintendo being a true console. But they're getting rid of that. Now they're getting these game cards that you get in, you put it in, and then it has to download the rest of the game and install it. It's like, wow. Come on, Nintendo. Come on. Sorry, it made me less excited about the Nintendo when I heard about that. All right, I'm done ranting about Nintendo. I am going to get the Switch 2, though, eventually. I do want it. It's true. Not going to lie. Not going to lie. I still want it. All right. Diana Francisco, you just gifted 5 gifted memberships to the channel, and I really do appreciate that. But you also gifted 5 at the very end of the show, and I saw it as I ended the stream. I had already ended it. But Diana, thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. You're amazing. You're a doll. And you continue being an incredible supporter. I appreciate that. Connor became a new member. You must have re-upped your membership. But Connor, I mean, you're a G. You're always here. You're amazing. I appreciate you, Connor. Death by Astonishment for 5 says, dude, last night on Timcast, his Zionist guest literally glossed over the Talmud as no big deal. Tim tactically agreed. Shocking. I mean, isn't there some crazy shit in the Talmud? Like some crazy shit, right? I'm not going to get into that right now, but that's not really surprising, though. he had a Zionist guest on. Was it Netanyahu? Tactically? Oh, tacitly. Oh, not tactically. Hold on. Wait, what? Yeah, my bad. I'm going to read the super chat again because I totally biffed on that word. Tacitly, silently, noiselessly, without sound. Oh, wow. Well, I guess technically, tactically, if he agreed tactically, that would be silently. That would be the tactical way to do that, but it was tacitly, which is silently. Okay, so he tacitly agreed. I got you. But who's they, though? V6 Neon for 1 says, just checked, the PlayStation 4 is still in production and sold in stores in the UK and Europe. Still 5 years after the PS5 came out, they are still making PS4s. That is insane. Wow. I mean, I'm not surprised because it sells. It's a seller, man. They sell that shit. It's crazy. Wow. That is wild. That is wild. All right, let's talk about Fermilab. Okay, Fermilab. I was talking to my buddy Ferk the other day. Shout out to Ferk. He's amazing. Love that dude. Many of you might remember the Ferk man. Actually, that's one of his. This is a whiskey sniffer glass. That is an insulated whiskey, and then that's his mustache, the Ferk family. I have a couple of his products. Anyway, shout out to the Ferk. We were talking about it, and I was telling him about somehow CERN came up in our conversation, and we actually I mentioned this on Forbidden Frontier on Sunday. CERN has always been a concern of mine because I am aware of the things that they're trying to do, right? They're trying to understand the fundamental building blocks of reality, which I'm fascinated with. I'm very curious. Like, I love the idea of quantum physics. I'm not a quantum physicist. I'm not anywhere close to a professional on anything, really. And but I am fascinated by it. In fact, I've been fascinated by it for 20 years, ever since the movie What the Bleep Do We Know came out. When did that come out? 2003 or something? A long time ago. And it was a fascinating movie, and I've always kept it on my radar, like this idea of quantum entanglement, um, this double slit experiment, whether or not we observe things change what reality is, which is insane. And then the new theory that the particles actually time travel back to the source and collapse from into a wave function. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm getting way deep into a rabbit hole, quantum rabbit hole. But I'm talking about CERN, and I guess CERN is back up and running again, and people love to equate CERN to the crazy things that are going on the planet. You know, the crazy zeitgeist, the events that are going on. Like, oh man, well CERN's running. It's like a similar thing to how certain people blame what's happening with Mercury being in retrograde. You know, everyone has an excuse or has something, a boogeyman, you know, if you will. Well, CERN to me has an actual chance to maybe affect us. And I just found out that there's a particle accelerator in America. Did you know that? Because I was not aware of this. And in fact, it's in Illinois, my home state, and it's a Hadron Collider, just like a particle accelerator. Yeah. Did you know that? It's called the Fermi Lab. Fermi Lab is America's particle physics and accelerator laboratory. Yeah. Did you know this? That's right in the center of the country. Yeah. Look at that. Did you know? CERN brought back the direwolf. Squiggles is aware of it. Okay. All right. Let me see where it is actually. Where is Fermi Lab? I want to see how close to Chicago it is. It's in Batavia, Illinois. Batavia, Illinois. Where the hell is that? Batavia, Illinois. Okay. Oh, wow. No way. Okay, so this... Wait. Can I just... Thank you. All right, so this here, this little blip right next to it, that's Cook County. That's where Chicago is. Okay? It's literally right next to Chicago. What? Wow, that's crazy. I had no idea it was this close. Wow, that's nuts. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, so let's see. I want to read about this place. Let's see what they do. Okay, since 1967, Fermilab has worked to answer these. Okay, wait. What are we made of? How does the universe begin? The secrets of the smallest, most elemental particles. A 67? What? As the United States' premier particle physics laboratory, we do science that matters. We work on the world's most advanced particle accelerators and dig down to the smallest building blocks of matter. We also probe the farthest reaches of the universe, seeking out the nature of dark matter and dark energy. All right, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right. Explains the black holes in Chicago. Fermilab's 2,070 employees include scientists, engineers from all over the world. Fermilab collaborates with more than 50 countries on physics experiments based in the United States and elsewhere. Fermilab's 6,800-acre site. Wow, that's massive. Holy shit. It's a particle accelerator. I guess it makes sense. It would have to be, right? If they're going to fit it somewhere. It's in Batavia, Illinois, and is managed by Fermi Forward Discovery Group for the U.S. Department of Energy Office of Science. Fermi Forward is a partnership of the University of Chicago and the university's Research Association and includes integrated subcontractors Amentum and Long Necker. That sounds so racist. I'm just saying. All right. For more information, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's vision. Let's see. Fermilab is America's particle physics and accelerator laboratory. Their vision is to solve the mysteries of matter, energy, space, and time for the benefit of all. And time. That's fast. That's interesting. I can't say that. Long necker. What a long necker. I try to keep the hard R off that because that's not even my own cousin called me a long necker. Okay, anyway, sorry. Let's see. They want to lead the world in neutrino science with particle accelerators. lead the nation in the development of particle colliders and their use for scientific discovery, advance particle physics through measurements of the cosmos. All this sounds awesome. I mean, I'm just saying. All this sounds awesome. Our mission is to drive discovery by building and operating world-leading accelerator and detector facilities, performing pioneering research with national and global partners, developing new technologies for science that supports U.S. industrial competitiveness. All about this. I love. All right, I don't care about. I do kind of want to see the photo gallery, but I want to read more about the science of this stuff. Let's see. Conduct particle physics experiments. Yeah, let's read that one. The robust scientific program pursues answers to key questions about the law of nature and the cosmos. The challenge of particle physics is to discover what the universe is made of and how it works. By building some of the largest and most complex machines in the world, Fermilab scientists expand humankind's understanding of matter, energy, space, and time. Yes, I really want to hear more about the expanding on their understanding of time. Okay, do they have something about time here? Muons are cool. Neutrinos. We're getting hit by neutrinos right now. It doesn't matter where you are. It could be nighttime, daytime. Doesn't matter. You're getting hit. You can be under 100 feet of concrete. You're getting completely smashed with neutrinos. They're crazy, man. Supposedly they go faster than light, which is wild to think about. Dark matter doesn't exist yet. It might. A neutrino just flew by my house. Yeah, it just went through your brain right now. Again, it is still right now. Going matter doesn't matter. Not to neutrinos. Fermilab is at the form. Okay, I feel like I read this stuff. This is just kind of like rereading the same stuff. I love neutrinos. They're so freaking crazy. These tiny particles studied in the world-leading Fermilab experiments could be the key to deeper understanding of our universe. Hold on, there. It looked like it showed a picture of this here. This is how they detect neutrinos. Oh, come on, show me the freaking picture of it. No? Okay, maybe it has it in their gallery. Do they not have their neutrino? Okay, so this looks like a cutaway of the collider. This is probably where they actually make the collisions. Wait, is this it? That thing's tiny. Oh, no, that's not the. So wait, oh, this is how they. This is the microboon experiment at Fermilab. Uses a school bus-sized detector to study particles known as neutrinos. Wow, that's cool looking. This is not what I thought it was. Those are giant magnets. That's awesome. Look at that. Icarus. The Icarus neutrino detector is searching for sterile neutrinos. As part of Fermilab's short baseline neutrino program, the detector began life at Gran Sasso Laboratory in Italy and was refurbished at CERN before joining the neutrino hunt at Fermilab. I think that I think we're playing with fire here. I think we're playing with fire. You know, here's look what they're playing. Look at this. This is I talked about this on Sunday, but okay, so this they're making a 91-kilometer collider. And let's see. That is 56 miles. 56-mile collider. Okay. And the current one, CERN, is only 27 kilometers. Okay. So they're making a giant, like if this one's large, this next one is gonna be a megalodon. Okay, this thing's gonna be a freaking beast. What the hell is a kilometer? All right, calm down, Squigs. Okay, these people are freaking from Switzerland. Where are they building that? Also in Switzerland. That's the plan. The Swiss-based research facility has officially completed feasible study for the collider's successor, known as the Future Circular Collider. Yes, building a 91-kilometer collider capable of producing collisions with energies of around 100 teraelectron volts. Teraelectron volts. I just think that is too much power. Okay, they're saying that they would open doors into a new exploration of particle physics. Man. Okay, Ryan Hindard says, I'm pro collider. If we don't take some risks, we won't colonize the stars. They just need to be open about the risks and careful no Bill Gates mutating mosquitoes and blocking off the sun monster. But that's the thing. We're messing with something that could potentially just kill us all instantly. We would never even know. Literally just life ceases to exist if they rip open I don't know, a black hole or a wormhole, or they create a black hole that that has a chain reaction that just instantly starts pulling Earth into it, and then the entire. I mean, who knows? It's like I'm all for taking risks because I would love to colonize the stars. Trust me, I would love that, and I think we are going to without these colliders. I'm 100% down for building it in space. There's companies already making 3D printing in space. So they are fully capable of going out into space, grabbing Psyche 16. It's a giant asteroid that has like 10,000 times the global GDP of all rare earth minerals, iron ore, all the stuff that we would need to build anything in space. There's asteroids out there that contain everything we need. We get 3D printers. We take Terrence Howard's linchpin drone system and create these drones that link together to amplify their strength of what they can lift and move. We get it out there. We go. We can colonize, and we're doing it. Nanobots technology. People don't understand the linchpin technology scaled down is nanobots like Tony Stark's Iron Man armor that pieces together and creates the Iron Man armor. Like these things, once they're down small enough and then they fit together, they can literally make anything. And it's crazy. I just think building a 91-kilometer collider when people already don't trust CERN, and this isn't even like we have a say. Like no one has a say. Like the average person on the planet doesn't have a say in what the European Organization for Nuclear Research, who are the ones who run and control CERN. They turn it on whenever they want. They can practice whatever science they think and deem necessary to advance whatever they're doing. So if we all agree mutually that, hey, this is a horrible idea and you could potentially end all of us if you rip open a tear in space-time or whatever they could potentially do, which we know is a potential based on the physicists that were on Art Bell's show that were asked about it. Art Bell stressed it and it's like, yeah, it could end human life as we know it. All of Earth could be just gone. No thanks. Mm. You know, and then you find out that actually it exists in America as well. It's kind of wild. Aren't there worse things they're doing than that even? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. V69 for once. Adam, it's not enough energy if you try to kill Hillary Clinton or Soros. It's trying to restart their cold, long dead hearts. Or trying to restart the cold, long dead hearts. Oh, man. V69 for one says, remember secrets in plain sight. Even better if in public, like Morgan Freeman, Keanu Reeves movie, Chain Reaction was filmed in and around Chicago. I didn't know that. And I have only seen that movie once a very long time ago. I got to rewatch that. Yeah. Lord of the Reefer 2 says, according to the Talmud, Jesus Christ, the Son of God and Savior of the world, is burning in hell in a vat of his own excrement as he is a false prophet. The Pharisees and Sadducees, I don't know what that word. I'm sure chat's gonna rip me apart for not knowing how to pronounce that. But those two are still at it. people more than smarter than me know more about that. I don't know much about it. And that's crazy. That's crazy. So it's not a big deal. I mean, it's kind of crazy. So what you're saying is, wait, is there a word for anti-Christian? Because like anti-Semitism, Islamophobia. What's the term for anti-Christian? Is there a word for it? Why don't they get a word? Is that huh? I can't I don't I'm drawing a blank. Is there not a word? Atheist? No, that's not that's a belief system. Heretic is anti-American or anti-Christ phobia? Christophobia? That sounds right. Okay. Sagaces? Oh, thanks, Mom. Sagaces. Anti-Christian? Yeah, I guess so. Christian haters. But there's not a word though. Like anti-Christian, you're just making it. Heretic? Oh, not heretic. Okay, heretic. Antichrist? Well, that isn't that like supposed to be like a person or something? I don't know. Heathenism? Sageaces. Sageaces? Did I get that one right? Luminous? Talmud advocates raping kids. Does it really? What? I I don't know anything about this. Is that true, Mom? My mom actually studied like all sorts of religions, so she's really actually uh in tune with a lot. Like she's very knowledgeable about religions. Like, Mom, do you know about the Talmud? I don't really know about it. I just hear that there's some wild things in it, and just saying that people are telling me some wild things in chat because that's crazy. Sudjacies. Sadjacies? Feminist? Okay. Yeah, there's wild things in it. Oh, I believe you, King. Anti-Semitism is not a real word either. True. And it's funny because like Semitic aren't isn't that like the whole area? Like the Semitic languages, isn't that like aren't the Palestinians Semitic? Aren't they? Right? I'm guessing, right? Sad you see. Okay. The V Talmud was written by men to interpret the Torah. Ah. Yes, Adam. Okay, there is some crazy things, huh? I believe you. It's popular to hate Christians. I know, it's crazy. It's pronounced sad juices. Oh, thank you. All right, there it is. I got it right that time. Shit, I don't even. So sad juices. Okay, that's how you pronounce it. All right, sad juices. Diana, for one, says Christians believed in God, and atheists do not. So it's a belief, not a religion. Yeah, exactly. Someone said atheist, and that's not right. It's not anti-Christian to be atheist. Sad you see. I seek dead people. Oh man, that's crazy. Well, I added some things to my wish list. I've got on this huge freaking like idea to go camping and make videos of it in my forest because I have my forest has these spots in that I found that are like very clearly Vikings lived there. And they actually did. Vikings have been living in my forest for 1,000 years. And there's a headstone that's right near me that's from 1380 or something like that. And it's so 700 years easy just from this one headstone. And I'm gonna like bushcraft and like just go, spend a night in the woods. And I need a few things. So I put some new stuff onto my throne. If you want to help support that, I also am crowdfunding right now something, the Boss Loop Station. I finally was able to order the Vivor Cycle Throne was not allowing me to order it. So I actually I had to friggin' order it from Vivor because even Amazon wouldn't let me buy it. But it's finally on the way. I think it gets here on Monday. Very excited about that. Even though I found out about this, parents, help me out though if you guys know about this. Like, I was reading about how a kid's bones aren't actually able to be like on a bike or um or in a bike trailer because they like the bouncing could like hurt them. Is that true? I don't know. I'm kind of like now I'm kind of nervous to actually put him in this trailer system. I guess at 6 months you can use it as like a a push wheelie. Get a balance bike. I do want one. It's actually if you look on my throne, there is a balance bike that I want to get for him. Um, it's freaking cute. Little balance bike, and yeah, sweet little thing. The bones are soft and they are still growing. Kids' bones are soft, yes, but I doubt that it would matter for a trailer. Well, and the trailer that I got him has you threw him all over the place at 6 months. I still do. But I mean, it's not like shaking him. I feel like if you're going fast enough on a bike and like the bouncing might hurt, but the trailer that you guys got me has like shock absorbers in the back, so like these big springs. So I think it's going to be fine if I just take him on the road. He's 7 months old. He'll be 8 months in 2 weeks. So, you know, Lord of the Rings says you should add a Dunlop guitar cleaning kit for your throne. I got one the other day and polished up my acoustic and cleaned the neck. It almost feels like a brand new, but still broken in. Dunlop. All right, let me check it. Dunlop guitar cleaning kit. Let me see if I can get it here. Is this it here? This thing? The guitar. No, not a polish kit. Is that it? Is that it, Ree? Babies bounce and still end up being half normal. Ask my wife how we know it wasn't me. That's funny. Guitar polish and cleaner. Oh, it is. Okay, so this is it, right? Yeah, that one? Okay. All right, I'll add it. Thank you. All right, cool. That sounds sweet. It's funny. I just got myself some new strings. They're in the mail right now because I don't remember when I was having this conversation, but someone said something about changing my strings on my Martin, and I've never changed the strings on this thing. Oh wait, when I first got it, I changed the strings. When I first got it and I changed the strings, and I haven't changed it since. So, and I've had this thing for 4 years now. And this is my dream guitar. So like, it's been a while. You can see actually, it's starting to get a little bit of wear. Look at that shine right there. You see that? Oh, look at that shine. Yeah, I play this guitar a lot. Ooh, I can't play that yet. I played it for Flawed on Monday, and he was like, "Bro," hyped about that song. Been working on that, man. Oh, I can't wait. Boil your strings before I put them on my guitar? Really? Why? No, I don't like elixirs. I like the bite of the guitar. Don't tease me like that. I know, I'm sorry. It's good, dude. It's like I wanted to write another song like Melancholy Hellhound. Like that like punch. That punch. Teasing. Hey, what's up, Tommy? Yeah, for sure I am. No doubt. That's damn straight I am. Boiling strings for electrics is an old thing you don't need to do anymore. Oh, okay. I've never even heard of that before. It cleans them? I've never done it. Oh, okay. Gamies are like bumbles, Adam. They bounce. You've thrown... Yeah, it's pretty funny. I like throwing them in the air. You were already grooving to it? It's such a groove, man. I love that. A bit of a blues punch. Oh, it's so bluesy, guys. Adam, you have something coming for Vincent? I do? What are you talking about? Oh, no. What did you do? You got the balance bike for me? Oh. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you, Ashley. Oh, I can't with that thing. I just got teary-eyed from that. Jeez. I'm good. Sorry. We're having some technical issues. Everything's fine. Oh man, that's so sweet. Look at this freaking bike, guys. Hold on. Look at this freaking cute thing. Look at this thing. Huh? Come on. Oh, it's so freaking cute. Oh, Ashley, thank you so much. Oh, and Zepp Trucks actually got my camping pillow for me. Zepp, I see you. He's so cute. I want a video when he's using it. Done. Done. It looks like a Vespa. The cute thing is, I actually have a Vespa that I can freaking drive along with him. Oh, that's so nice. And Zepp, thank you very much for that little he got me this I'll show you also. He got me this nice I think I got the orange one, right? Yeah. A freaking camping pillow, which I just, it's like a little bougie. It's a little bougie, but it's tiny though. It's like this big in your bag. Just it's the little things when you're out camping. I don't know. I'm really excited about that. So thank you guys. Ashley, thank you so much. That's so huge. You guys are so wonderful. What's up, BMF? Greetings, my fellow wizard. Wizard, huh? I used to be. My hair's growing. I'll be a wizard again soon. I want to have long hair for some reason. I don't know why. Is that weird? I want to have long hair, and I could potentially pull off a Joker for Halloween. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, purple jacket. Purple jacket. Get a wig. No, I won't need a wig because I'm gonna have the long, like the hair that's like kind of like the perfect length. You would make a great grand. Hey, what's up, Raken? I had long hair in high school. Yeah, you showed me a picture. You rocked it. Grow it while you can. You don't have to put it like that, Chell. Jeez. I mean, you've always gone in phases, Adam. Yeah, that's so true. You need a wizard staff? Oh, I've got so many. You guys have no idea. I have a collection of wizard staffs leaning against my house because I go hiking in my woods all the time, and I never bring a walking stick with me. Never. You never do that. You never bring one. One of the key goals when you go hiking in the woods is to find a good walking stick. Every man knows this. Am I right? Come on. One's in chat, men. Sound off if you agree. All right. Or twos if you bring a walking stick with you. All right. You're a weirdo, but one's in chat. Got to find the walking stick. And then the hike actually begins. Until then, you're just freaking rambling through the woods. You know what I mean? Trust the bro science. That's some bro science right there. It's true. I miss those guys. They don't invite me on their show anymore. I wonder why. If I bring a walking stick, it's a sword. Touche. I think that's allowed. It's to find a stick in the shape of a gun. Well, that's number 2. That's number 2. All right. The walking stick is number one. You got to find the walking stick. But if you find the walking stick that also has a handle that could be looked like it could be a rifle, you hit the jackpot. All right? That's the jackpot. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I can't wait to show Nishra this bike. I don't even think I'm gonna tell her that you got it, Ashley. It's just gonna arrive. And I'm gonna be like, look what Ashley got. Look what she got for him. I think we're a little while away. I don't know. He's getting to the point where he can climb up on me and almost stand up. You know what I mean? I want to see your river. Yeah, surprise. I want to surprise her. Yeah. You haven't seen my river, Jacob? I feel like I've shown my property before, haven't I? I could show you a picture of my river. Give me a sec. Boom. And here's a video. Should I show you a video? Here is a picture of me in my cheap kayak out on the river. I just put it in the river. This is literally my backyard. I'm sitting holding the rock. And it looks like I just returned because I have what you see there as a walking stick. I literally went out and I put it in because you can go for quite some time going this way on the river. You can go for a while. So, yeah. I obviously found I need a longboat. Yeah, I probably could. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a little naughty, but it was probably the best because you find one and it's okay, and then you throw that one if you find something better, and then you keep upgrading. It's like dating in LA, Here's a beautiful, beautiful shot. This is the exact same position, but more. I think this is more springtime. Look, this is my backyard. This is the view from my backyard. Now here's wintertime. I freaking love. Is same shot, just a little brighter. I love this. And then this is what my forest looks like. You can see the moss all over the ground. This moss is so soft. Yeah. These are all literally 50 feet into the woods from my house. My brother calls this hill right here Lord of the Rings Hill. Because he says in the first movie, when they all get split up, and Pippin and whatever his name is, are running down, and Boromir goes and gets shot. Literally, this is what it looks like right there. My brother, that's what he calls it. And this is the view from my backyard. Or this is my kitchen. That's the river there. This is the river here. So I could see the river from my kitchen. And then that's the forest right behind my river. Yeah. This is the reason why I moved here. This right here. Yeah. Here's literally my backyard. That's my sauna. I have my own sauna. And also a wood-fired hot tub. So there you can see the river coming up to my property here, and then it goes behind the sauna and then down past my house. Yeah. I love it here, guys. It's so freaking beautiful. Yeah, I really do. I love it. I love my house. I love my property. I've been outside so much. It's been sunny. I feel so much better now that it's sunny outside. Man, you hate me now? Oh, Greases, don't hate me. I'm sorry. Time to go camping? Exactly. Now I see all these videos of millions of hits of people on YouTube just going camping. And I'm like, It looks amazing. Like, I've got a forest right here. What do you mean? I can freaking I can pack my bike and go biking and be in a brand new, amazing, dope spot every day for like 6 months straight. You know what I mean? How's the heat situation in the winter? There's 4 fireplaces in my house. We also have like a heating system, but we can use fireplaces if we need to. But I want to like, I found an old abandoned root cellar in the middle of the woods. Like the roof is still pretty decent, but inside it's caved in a little bit. So I want to go and like turn it into like a freaking dope, like make that a video, right? Of just like, I found turning an abandoned root cellar in the middle of the forest into like a camping den or something, something like that. All right, well, here's the reason, right? So my house has had 3 additions to it over the years because the original house was tiny. Okay, it was very small. All right, and the original house had a fireplace in one side of the house, a fireplace on the other side of the house, and then in the very center was the kitchen stove. All right, and those 3 fireplaces were heated the entire house. All right, and then they added an addition and put a fireplace in it, and then they built up the stairs, and I don't know. It's very weird, the shape of my house, but only fire for the first few winters were cold. My mom was here. They were cold. I'm so happy that you came. It was a blessing that Vincent came when it was still warm here, because you got to see like how beautiful it is when there's like leaves, and it was like my mom got here last time she was here was like right when the leaves were all changing colors, and it was freaking amazing. Rocket stoves, yeah, definitely. Yeah, you were there when it was only fireplaces. The last time you were here, we didn't really need the heat on though, because it was still really nice out. So, but yeah, that's why there's a lot of like camping, like new camping stuff that I added into my throne. Because I want to start doing that, making videos, and I've been geeking out like crazy. This is and I love this because the knife that I got, I didn't really think about it, but like having a ferro rod to be able to make fires is really cool, right? Because now I can feather some wood, get some fire going just in the wood. It's very wet in my woods, so it's I'm gonna have to split the wood, get to the core to where it's dry. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah, time lapses. I recorded a bunch of stuff today. Actually, I'm building a new garden bed out of sticks. I don't want to go buy wood. I'm doing something completely new. So that's a lot of fun. Which reminds me, I got to charge my GoPro. Where is it? I just put it on my desk somewhere. There it is. Yeah, I got to charge the battery here. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Seriously, thank you for your support. Thanks for the gifted members. Diana, thank you very much for this bike. Ashley, it's incredible. I'm so grateful. You need to invest in a time-lapse cam. Is there like specific time-lapse cameras that just last forever? Because the GoPro batteries, I mean, I have a GoPro 8, so it's kind of getting outdated a little bit, but your music over time-lapse, I've thought about it too, actually. Yeah, I might do that. So anyway, guys, I'm so grateful for you all. Thank you very much for hanging out with me this past hour and a half. You could have been anywhere else. You chose to be here, and I really appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you haven't smashed the like button, I don't know what you're waiting for, but I appreciate you anyway. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you.